is an hour of slack. Do you know where it's at? All you need is an hour of slack. Everyone needs a straight jacket. Pull it tight, let's all slack it. Everyone needs a straight jacket. Hold on tight, let's all slack it.
The Steely Sack of Slack Part 8.
So give me B-O-B, or kill me B-O-B. Slack ain't free, you gotta pay a fee. B-O-B. How is it I'm so happy? How is it I'm so free? How is it that I shun the stench of mediocrity? I'll let you know the secret to slack and kill your job. Dig deep into your pockets and praise the face of Bob. So give me B-O-B, or kill me B-O-B. Slack ain't free, you gotta pay a fee. B-O-B.
For more information, visit subgenius.com.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Well, my bear up for you, my not bear up for some. A man is only, yes, a man of means. Then along come two, they got nothing but the genes, but they got different strokes it takes, different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world. Well, everybody's got the special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to shine. Little matter what you got, not a lot, so what? They'll have theirs, you'll have yours and I'll have mine. And together we'll be fine, cause it takes different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does. It takes different strokes to move the world.
Everything we know is right. We're not leaving without a fight. No matter how they insist, it's time we all resist. Be an exception to the law. Let's be the irritating flaw. Wise men go against the wisdom. Time for a kink in the system. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the fly in the ointment. Through is the right perspective. The gig is up, we won't be fools. Time for us to change the rules. We don't need a protective sack. Time to get them off our back. Give the man a big surprise. Bend them over, cranialize. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the fly in the ointment. Disappointment, gonna be the fly in the ointment. The stage is set for the unexpected actor. You can be the deciding factor. Back and forth like a bunch of jerks. Throw a monkey wrench in the works. When it all becomes a drag, it's not too late to be the snag. Mediocrity is like an infection. Stand up and make an objection. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the fly in the ointment. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the system from within. Take the truth for a spin. It's right in front of you. Stand up and block the view. Time to take it to full term. We gotta make them squirm. The more we learn, the more we earn. It's not over until they burn. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the fly in the ointment. Wanna be a disappointment. Gonna be the fly in the ointment.
Your big arm dig oil, you took it down. When they ask you what you know, you just say, it's your home, it's your home, it's your home, it's your home. I'm Billy there, cowboy. Your big old American federal did like a boom band. When they ask you what you know, you just say, it's your home. Nichevo, Nichevo, Nichevo. In Russian, Nichevo means nothing. In English, it means even less. All of the world's leaders are leading the world into a mess. Spasibo, das Vidania, Comrade Trump. Your big Arctic oil deal took a dump. When they ask you what you know, you just say, Nichevo, 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 Nichevo. Howdy doody, Comrade Perkin. Your mineral oil still took a poopin'. When they ask you what you know, you just say, Nichevo, 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 Nichevo. In Russian, Nichevo means nothing. In English, it means even less. All of the world's leaders are leading the world into a mess. Spasibo, Comrade Trump. Your big American oil deal took a dump. When they ask you what you know, you just say, Nichevo, 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 Nichevo. Howdy doody, Comrade Putin. Your American mineral rights still took a poopin'. When they ask you what you know, you just say, Nichevo, 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 Nichevo. In Russian, Nichevo means nothing. In English, it means even less. All of the world's leaders are leading the world into a mess.
It can't happen here. It can't happen here. I'm telling you, my dear, that it can't happen here. Because I've been checking it out, baby. I checked it out a couple of times. And I'm telling you, it can't happen here. Oh, darling, it's important that you believe me, bop, 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 that it can't happen here. Who could imagine that they would freak out somewhere in Kansas? Oh, Kansas, Kansas. Who could imagine that they would freak out in Minnesota? Who could imagine? That they would freak out in Washington, D.C. but it can't happen here. Can't happen here. Can't happen here. Everybody's safe and it can't happen here. No freaks for us. Can't happen here. Everybody's clean and it can't happen here. No, no, it won't happen here. I'm telling you kids, it won't happen here. Plastic folks, you know it won't happen here. You're safe, mama. You're safe, baby. You just go to TV dinner and you make it. Oh, we're gonna get a TV dinner and cook it up. Oh, get a TV dinner and cook it up, cook it up. Oh, and it won't happen here.
No, man, you guys
Bet they would freak out in the suburbs. I remember Tutu, I remember Tutu, I remember Tutu, they had a swimming pool. I remember Tutu, I remember Tutu, they had a swimming pool. I remember Tutu, I remember Tutu, they had a swimming pool. And they thought it couldn't happen here. They knew it couldn't happen here. They were so sure it couldn't happen here, but Susie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've always felt that. Yes, I agree, man. It really makes it. Yeah, it's a real scene, man. It really makes it.
Susie, you just got to town, and we've been very interested in your development.
Forget it.
It can't happen here.
Forget it, dear friends. The Mothers of Invention there. That's a real oldie from one of their earliest albums from good old Frank Zappa. Before that, that was Lonesome Cowboy Dave's new song, Das Vidania, Comrade Trump. It's amazing, but true. Before that, there was an instrumental called Comrade, We Have Cabbage, or something like that, from the Rudy Schwartz Project, relatively new album. And
the spider legs, bruh.
Before that sounded kind of Devo-like, was Exposed Foreheads doing Fly in the Ointment. Exposed Foreheads is spelled with a big X and a big numeral 4. And at the very beginning, we had an opening collage, the steaming sack of slack number 8 from Reverend Do-8, or Dwight, or however you pronounce that. That involves numerals too. And Reverend Burn Bridges did that strange version of the song, Different Folks. Now, Dave and Princess We are going to call in a minute, but I have to read a rant real quick by the good Reverend Roger. Dear humans, just look at yourself. Just look. Sitting there drinking crappy beer, stuffing your face with processed lard, and worshiping the wrong Jesus. How do you people do it? How do you get through one single day without blowing your own heads off? Hemingway was way smarter than you, and he couldn't do it. So how the hell do you? Not only do you not put yourselves out of your misery, you breed like fruit flies. At the time of this writing, there are 7.5 billion of you, and there's a net gain of 200 more primates per minute. That's New York, all 5 boroughs, added every 14 days. Stop! Buy a condom already. I mean, I don't care what happens to you, but when you drown in your own crap, you're gonna drag us down too. I find that to be very rude. It's worth mentioning at this point in my job, or what I get paid for, is to measure the pace at which you fail and to make guesses at what those failures will entail. In many ways, it's a dream job. Watching monkeys ignore things like the shrinking availability of potable water, power, and communications infrastructure rot, and the complete failure of Western nation-states to shield their infrastructure from cyber attack. Don't even get me started on your sewers, but I can almost guarantee that someone hearing this will be killed by their toilet. At this point, Most primates will show me their inflamed red arse and start screeching that climate change is a libtard myth. It's almost understandable given that many supposedly educated people build massive models of climate change based on incomplete data, which always turn out to be wrong. It happens so consistently that a paranoid person might suspect that they're being paid to be wrong. A sane person might point out that paranoid people are just more aware of their surroundings. And this is why the Church of the Subgenius keeps Reverend G. Gordon Gordon on retainer with his signature baseball bat. It's got 3 nails driven through it. The first nail is truth. The second nail is the facts. The third nail is pay attention! And then
That was close.
There's generally a lot of running around and screaming, and the boys in the boardroom get a new, if final, view on the nature of a market correction. Or kill me. So says the good Reverend Roger. And it looks like the bad Dr. Sinister wandered in while I was on the mic there. I guess you didn't know I was going to be here.
I saw the new Ivan.
Yeah. There's a lot of things new this time. This is my first... It's the first time in 7 months I've done a show in the actual studio.
We've missed you.
Well, thanks for not changing everything.
Except for that over there.
Oh, well, I'm not going to look at that, and I don't think the listeners should either.
Well,
Just don't look at it.
It's easier than it looks at first. I'll show you later.
It's my first time I've done a show without Princess Wee here.
Yeah, where's she at?
She's watching the new old hound dog. Damn it. This is his first. We have a dog.
Okay.
I inherited my father's dog. He's a big dog, a big treeing walker coon hound is the actual
Coon hound.
Yeah, that is the.
That sounds
correct.
racist.
He is bred to hunt raccoons.
Okay.
And he does. He trees them. He's a treeing walker coonhound. He's not a walker. He was bred by somebody named Walker, or his ancestors were. Anyway, he freaks out in the bad weather, and so does that poor old lonesome cowboy Dave, if that's him. What's wrong here? Hello?
Well, hello.
What?
It's Princess Wee. I'm waiting to get on the air.
You're on the air, and I can tell because you didn't turn your radio down.
Hello.
Well, I have a complicated situation here with the dog.
Please, listener, turn your radio off.
Damn it!
See what I mean? Because it's stormy tonight in Cleveland, we dast not leave the dog alone.
It is a dark and stormy night.
Yeah. He's
I'm not
huge,
bad.
But he doesn't like thunder. The gods of thunder make him quiver and
About ready to eat.
And so we could have brought him to the station.
You know, I wonder if that's something that wolves have. Like, you know, how many other canine species out there that are less domesticated have a fear of thunder? Because, I mean, for a wild animal, that would be a real disadvantage. I mean, like, you know, when I was a little
Pretty
kid,
good,
I
pretty good.
I remember going to my first
I do need to
fireworks. I nearly
get a mod or something so I can save
horribly
scum this.
But you'd think that an adult animal would have eventually gotten used to that kind of stimulus, and wonder if it's the domestication that makes dogs afraid of thunder.
Oh, I figure chances are he was out in the woods one day and got almost struck by lightning, and that just put the fear of the thunder god Wotan in him. He quivers like that even when he's safe in the mighty Stang Ranch house, but now he's in Cleveland Heights at the Slacker Mansion, and we were afraid to leave him alone. This would be his first time alone. We didn't want to do it during a thunderstorm. That's all.
You're just being a responsible doggy daddy.
Yeah. So, Princess Wee, are you there?
And yes, you wouldn't believe, but when you were speaking on the radio, your canine friend was staring at the speaker. He heard your voice and he recognized it. Yes.
Well,
Next RCA mascot.
I could hear it too with a 7-second delay. So this is the first time I've done the show with hearing aids. The first time without Princess Wee.
The first time that I won't have my eardrums blown out by the headphones when I take over after the show.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're turned up all the way. The first time I've done a show with a bionic stent in my heart. And the first time I've ever done a show weighing only 158 pounds. So I had a heart attack while I was in Texas, and they made me stop eating bacon and ranch-style beans and anything canned, and they made me walk on treadmills while they monitored me. And now I'm just
I'm Ethan, and I'm from the U.S.
You have
How's
led
Tasmania?
a much more ascetic life.
No, actually, more athletic was more what it was partly. I wonder where Dave is. I was expecting Dave to call in. That old cowboy. You know, I've got a copy of his book here.
Dave's book?
Dr. Sinister. Yeah, this is a proof copy.
Wow.
We haven't released it yet because we're still fixing little technical things in it.
Gotta love the spiders.
Well, we've actually done most of that, I think.
Okay.
I'm not going to change any of that. But Dave, let me tell you, before he calls in, it's really good. It takes some work getting started, like many good books do. It's written a little bit like A Clockwork Orange, in that it's partly in future slang invented by the Lonesome Cowboy. And I had, of course, read it before I decided to publish it, but I hadn't read it as a book. I read it on a screen. It's just not the same. When I was able to peruse it at my leisure in my extra meditation chamber, it turned out to be quite
Yeah, definitely can.
As I got towards the ending, I was like, oh, is our hero Standard Mosset gonna is it going to be a happy ending or a terrible ending or what? And I won't spoil anything.
So with Jimmy on guitar and Tina on vocals, that band was quite a page turner.
Yield.
Jimmy Page Turner?
Yeah, remember
Tina
with Tina Turner and Jimmy Page when they had that one band for a while?
Go ahead.
And Bob Keesham, of all people, Captain Kangaroo, was the lead singer. That was a short-lived band. It was great, though. Tina Turner didn't even sing. She just played tambourines and oranges. Now, what's that? And where's Dave? That's very strange. You know what it is? I bet he doesn't know what time it is. Or he fell asleep.
He exists outside of time.
Dr. Sinister, when I was doing the show at Stang Ranch, we had to call Dave. He couldn't call in. I had to call him. And a couple of times I had to wake him up.
I'm good at the
Sometimes
moment, to
when
be
Mark
honest. Maybe
calls
some
in, I
other
have to
time.
wake him up during the show.
Our friend Dr. Howell has been known to fall asleep with his head leaning against a microphone.
Oh, what the fuck?
It may sound like a joke, but it's not.
The Smoking
but
Loon
the
once passed out
puzzling
drunk on the air here.
Puzzling Evidence show takes place in the middle of the night, though.
Well, of course. It would have to. But that kind of thing isn't allowed during the daytime. The Puzzling Evidence Show, friends, that's actually the first Subgenius radio show. It started in 1982. Hour of Slack didn't start until 1985.
That invisibility did not help me.
And by the way, would be episode number 1624. Pretty good,
My
huh?
heart beats still.
1,600 hours of Slack, and only about 100 of them were reruns. By the way, thank you for playing those shows.
Oh shit, where'd my soda go? I'll be right back.
Every week, Dr. Sinister.
Well, the babysitting, it's been a good supplement to my allowance.
And your diet, I would think, since you've always enjoyed you claim to enjoy the flesh of human spawn.
Well, of course, doesn't everybody?
Well, no, not on the air anyway. I mean, come on.
Come on, guys,
Jesus,
you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, the man could be listening.
Or
even worse, the woman might be listening.
No, man. See, even better. I mean, I don't believe in waste, when it comes to using the resources, because, it's expensive to raise animals, and especially human animals. So, I follow that ancient tradition of using all parts of the animal, and, I like to render the fat of these babies, and I have to make sure they haven't been baptized. And then I can make an ointment out of that rendered fat, which will give me the power of flight. At least that's what the Malleus Maleficarum said. But then those Mormons came along and invented baptism of the dead. So one time I was flying along with my unbaptized baby ointment, in effect, and then I guess some Mormon baptized that dead baby.
Oh, no.
So
retroactively.
I fell from the sky.
Well, you would hate to be a troll hunter wearing what you thought was non-Christian baby fat oil.
Yep.
Only to have it post-saved by some nosy, pesky Mormon. Suddenly the trolls would smell you. You'd smell just like a Christian baby or a Mormon baby. Can trolls smell the blood of a Mormon man? That's a question.
I don't know.
By the way, don't get close to me. Not that I'm worried that you would, but I've got that cold.
That cold?
Yep. I got that cold off
Texas
that plane.
flu.
No, it's not. It was from I had to fly to L.A. and back last week. As soon as we got back from driving back from Texas, I had to get the yard ready to put a fence up to keep the dog in. Then I had to jump on a plane, fly to L.A. and party with rock stars and superstars and fly back. And now I have the cold. And I'm sure all the rock stars and superstars do too. I know you want to know which rock stars I was partying with.
I am a little curious.
Well, the only one was Jerry Casale of the Devos.
Okay.
And we'll be seeing him and his wife, Reverend Galaxina, who's also a subgenius, at the devotional in August. But he was kind enough to be in the documentary movie that these Connieites are making out of Austin. Do you know anything about that?
What movie?
Well, a few months back, I was approached by a team of experienced filmmakers in Austin who happen to be mostly dames. And they wanted to start work on a subgenius documentary if I had the archives and the interest. I said, yeah, I've been kind of trying to start something like that for 35 years.
Whatever happened to those people at Wisteria a few years ago?
I never have been able to. They vanished.
The only reason they did it was just to.
So, hope you don't take this too personally, but I've had about 200 artist people ask me the same thing, and they never want to be friends. They just want to harass me about paying for their art. I have no interest in buying any art whatsoever.
Get nude pictures of subgenii at the baptism.
No.
In 3D.
Yeah, it was in 3D, but that would make it even worse. I mean, yeah, the only thing that'd make it worse than that would be smell-o-vision. Now, is that Dave trying to call in finally? Hello, Dave?
Oh, hello?
Dave!
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I got interrupted for a while, but you haven't picked up for a long time.
Well, yeah, you called 10 minutes late. Princess Wee is on the other line, I think. Or did I just...
I think I have my Discord in the Twitch description or something, but give me a sec.
The first time, when you first pick up a line, you press that same button for that line a second time, then the icon turns from an arrow into a padlock. And that means you won't hang up on them when you pick up another line.
So I pushed Dave twice now, right?
Push him a second time and it should change into a padlock.
Okay, now I can get... Hello?
So why Why is it?
I
10
was
o'clock?
disconnected. This is Princess V, and I was disconnected.
The number or code you have dialed is incorrect.
I just learned,
Please check the number or code and try again.
Disconnected it.
well, here's another first for this show. This is the first time we've ever had anyone besides Lonesome Cowboy Dave call in simultaneously. And
Well,
I
he's
just
the
learned how to
person-
do
A
that.
man who likes to wear ladies' clothes and has a huge proboscis in the middle of his forehead, and he's got like elf ears.
No, that's Damn It, the dog.
No, that's it is.
Yeah, Princess
Damn It, the dog is
Princess Dave, Princess We had to stay home with the dog because it would be his first night at the radio station. We didn't want to do it during a thunderstorm. So she's on the phone and you're on the phone, and that's another first.
Yeah, it's delightful. It really is to have this roundtable conversation about absolutely freaking nothing. Did you play Daniel Bond Comrade Hump?
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh, I missed that. I think it sucked, but I like it anyway somehow because it's kind of strange.
Well, Dave, I improved it.
Oh, that's great.
There were 3 places in the sound file that were 100% volume. They were just little smack noises like that. And when I lowered them, I could bring the rest of the volume up. And lo and behold, you could actually understand the words once it had been processed.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was in a toilet when that happened, and I felt kind of funny for a little while. I got reorganized and came down, as quickly as I got the message from
I knew you were in
El
the toilet when I played
Professor.
it. I knew you were in the bathroom when I played it.
And that must have also been while I was trying to connect my speakers to my computer.
It's because my guts are all rotten, see? And that's the same thing.
Send me a
that-
picture of Tasmanian spiders.
At least whatever, Homungifier, what is it, an IDOT?
It's a homungifier.
Homungifier. They had those in the South where Stang was raised, right?
We used hollow logs where I grew up, man. Get that right. Humungifier. Yeah. We used big logs to listen through.
I used to have a Cucamongifier.
We used to take grapevines and smoke them like cigarettes. Did you ever do that? Anybody from North?
Oh, you had grapes. Oh, you're one of those rich kids that had grapevines.
No, these are wild grapes.
We had to smoke
in
old
Ohio.
tires. We had to use old sandals and things.
Tires.
Yeah, and shoes. That's all we had to smoke.
I smoked shoes before, man. What are you impugning my? Hell yeah, I smoked shoes and had to for me. And I smoked the whole trailer park just because I had to keep my nose out of trouble.
What about banana peels? Didn't you guys ever smoke them?
Oh.
How about corn silk?
Banana.
Corn silk we did try. I read about that as a kid. What? You can smoke that and get cancer just like with cigarettes? Oh boy, I want to be like my parents.
Yeah, get cancer like my parents.
Yeah.
See, we called the grapevines, wild grapevines, we called them stogies because they
Right.
resembled a cigar if you got them close enough to the big branch things there. Oh, and they were so, it is a strange taste. And
Oh, the grapevines are pre-rolled, huh?
Why would you smoke grapevines when you could be smoking trailer courts? I just don't get it.
Or Salvia divinorum.
I said I was smoking
It was when he was a kid. They didn't know about salvia back then.
But it was still legal back then.
Right, but it hadn't been invented. It's sort of,
yes,
as
it had not
it
been
were.
invented.
Oh, slavery has been invented. Not really. It was kind of reconstructed from an age-old myth. That St. Pancras and the hot dog people. Do you remember his many works?
St. Pancras?
A lot of it stayed in development, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I usually don't know what you're saying.
He's the patron saint of diabetics.
Go ahead and mock me down, dude.
Hey, did you know somebody named Saint Clair is the patron saint of television?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I heard,
why would there even
St.
be
Clair
one?
called a saint recently.
Well, hey, I pray to the patron saint of sales,
Yeah.
and a lot
that's
of
Bob.
sales are done over TV.
I don't know that I would advise praying to Bob Dobbs.
Well, you know what I mean by praying, too.
Vagina either.
You know, it's not a traditional prayer in that sense.
Right, when you just shriek out something like, Bob, darn it!
Yes.
That's about as close, because
It's something like,
I mean, every
for average male vagina.
you know, and every orgasmic scream is a prayer to Connie.
Yeah.
well, that's
Man.
a nice way of looking at it. The problem with
Oh,
you never know who else is going to be listening besides the one you're praying to. Probably some other entity might be tuning in just to find out what it is you're most afraid of or what you most want so that they can do the opposite.
They are crazy?
Well, I've ascended to a certain level of sainthood and divinity myself, so I'm not really afraid of them.
Well, that's because you stink like marmalade now. Back in the old days, when
Stink
people
like
were
marmalade?
asking to hang out at the bar, they'd grow
Look who's talking.
More like stink like Marmite.
Huge growths would come out of their forehead. And then the people would ask them, what are you thinking about? Can't you see? You just put your hand on my forehead. Man, those were the days.
Those were the Daves,
Those were the days of our lives.
back when there was more than one.
Yep.
But
These
one
are the
by
days
one,
I know. These are the
One by
days I
Not the
know.
monochromatic ooze.
one by one, the Daves were carved off of the church body and sold to
But
the
each of
highest
them,
bidder.
each of them grew off into its own church.
Much the lesser was the church
They're like
once
African
the days
violets.
were trimmed.
There were a lot of Daves that had to be shelved. You know, Janer was a Dave.
I'm an original. I'm not parenthetical either. I speak for a whole generation of sandwich heads and freaks and buzz babies. And they think, oh, never mind. It's just too hard to describe.
Bob told us not to think, not the way you're thinking. We're
Ugh.
supposed to, at best, do break thinking, although that's kind of old-fashioned now. And you can get hurt that way.
Yeah.
Non-think was another approach.
I love that one. That was my favorite. Non-think.
Well, that's real easy for most people. It just comes naturally.
For most people, it's really difficult, though, when you think of the antithetical parts of it, of having no thought, holding no thought in your brain, belonging to 20. You know, like a piece of bologna can speak to you in money. You know, it's not the same.
Buddhists pay extra not to think. Buddhists work hard to get to the point where they don't have to keep desiring and fretting. Maybe
Well,
that's
some of
smart. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not just hit yourself in the head real good with a big rubber mallet every time you wake up? Like so many such geniuses
Go to
do.
work, go home, bearing that mallet so that at any time, when you feel disruptions occur, you can just beat the hell out of yourself.
Well, not everybody uses a mallet. Some of them use dope or beer or
Or a mallard
TV
duck.
or pornography
Or a porcupine.
or a ball peen hammer, which has a very, very different type of consciousness explanation than the rubber mallet does.
oh motherfucker.
Rubber mallet just kind of knocks it out all across the board, whereas the ball peen hammer, if it's applied by a doctor, can take out just specific things like your
Like balls in your peen.
right or your.
I'm gonna die in this and just let my body float to the bottom and see if I can see anything.
Your, emotions or.
I think I went too far this run though.
It depends all on where they whack you.
Yeah,
Where
there's
they
that shelf.
Up your nose,
Right,
up your
yeah.
eye socket.
That's why the Dust Vidania Trump
Huh?
song
Huh?
was done at Tim Dorman's place, because he's like one of those few people
Oh, what the
that
fuck?
wrote him from the rest of it. You know, keep those ideas separate. At least that's what I've been told.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
So what's wrong? It's not like I invented the concept of scrotal disembodiment. It's like I know how to read, man, you know? It's Pinky and the suffragettes. They're hiding in the customized cool bars and up above in the furniture.
You know, this is the first time I've been in the station since the new president was enacted and enunciated in.
And if you're the prime
'Cause I've
minister of
been gone.
Montenegro,
It feels
you
like he's always been
move.
president, really. I got used to him so fast.
That was the whole idea. I think that's what they
Jimmy,
were
you know,
banking on.
Yeah, I've
They
spent a
wanted
good
you
chunk
to-
of my life, having a president to hate. And the last 8 years, I had some disagreements with the guy, but I didn't hate him. Well, now it's back to normal. Okay, yes, of course, we hate the president. Like that's the way things have always been. So it's almost like a return to normalcy.
Yeah, no, it is, I guess, when you think about it that way. I mean, yeah.
Bush-like. Misnomering him as Bush-like, so easy to hate. He has so many mannerisms.
Well, actually, by comparison, W was downright
Second
likable.
term W.
Right. Oh, and George H. was just a sweet old geezer, yeah. And Reagan and Nixon were like, they're like brilliant, super football players that could also do brain surgery and high calculus. Relatively. I mean, this is all just relative.
The Bush compared to Trumpskin?
Anybody compared to Trumpskin is like a beautiful, athletic super genius.
Well, you know, I mean, you can't have
Larry Feinberg or something.
You can't have Trump working out because the body only has so much energy, and he can't use that energy.
Right.
It's like sperms.
Trump said he does not exercise because he believes that every human is like a battery, and there's enough juice in there, and you can't recharge it.
Right, can't recharge it. No, exercise doesn't recharge the battery.
What the hell? We don't need a president like that. That's going to make the kids get fat again.
Hey, it could. It's like the limited sperm thing. It's to get kids to quit jacking off and exercise.
I think Trump might be the fattest president we've had since Taft. I mean, even when Bill Clinton was at his chubbiest, I don't think he was quite as full-bodied as the
Taft was also a
Trumpster.
heroin addict. For people that don't know, of course, he didn't use furosemide or
One thing I can say for Trump, he does represent his support team, his voters. He represents them. He looks like a large percentage of them. He talks and writes.
Bro, these guys just going to talk about Trump the whole time.
Many of them.
I don't know that he really looks like
every time he
does, like a Texas guy who's really from Connecticut.
Well, Bush spent most of his life in Texas. Not he was born in Connecticut, but he did spend most of his life in Texas.
No, he moved to Texas when he was in his 30s. By then, you definitely have your own house.
No, he went to SMU for college. Okay.
Well, SMU? Where's that?
In Dallas.
Yeah.
That's where
He lived in Midland for a long time, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and remember...
Of course, Poppy Bush adopted a kind of a southern accent, and he was definitely a Yankee.
Right, it's an
infectious accent, that's the thing.
So that you'll sound like the Republican voters.
Now they all do.
They
I don't
say
know, honestly,
nuclear and...
If I moved to the South, I'd probably start speaking with a southern accent very quickly.
My wife says y'all now. She was in
It's a useful word.
Texas for 2 winters.
Every other European language has a plural second-person pronoun.
And
I think y'all is a useful word.
They say use.
Or yins.
In Pittsburgh, they say yuns. Yeah. Yuns is Midland speech. Use is Northern speech. And y'all is Southern speech pattern.
Well, yeah, but
Y'all.
it's Southern anywhere. It's Southern New York, Southern Michigan, Southern Ohio, and it's Southern Cleveland.
Like Parma.
You knew what I was trying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Princess, we and I, after 7 months, a lot quicker than that, you get used to being in a neighborhood that's the exact opposite of the one you've lived in for the last 20 years.
You must be going
In every possible way.
You must be going crazy. That's true.
No, it makes for a good contrast. I know that the people who think that cities are just hotbeds of crime, you get to know they're wrong. And the people who think the small towns are all hotbeds of stupidity, well, they're wrong too. Although there's plenty of both. Both of them are hotbeds of stupidity and crime.
Yes.
I heard that every time a lovable Clevelander moves to Texas or another southern state, an angel loses its wings.
Wings are way...
I'm sorry. The fact that you're trying to move down there permanently, it's like I lost my sister in North Carolina. Now I'm losing you in Princess Suite of Texas. It's rough.
Well, no, we're still going to be doing X Day up here and Starwood up here, assuming we have to keep doing anything after this July 5th. Which, by the way, people who do wander into the X Day campground this year really do stand a chance of being in a major motion picture, a documentary, about as major as you can get with a documentary.
That's the problem. They're all members of the private mockery of Mango Mussolini himself.
Who? People at X Day? They don't even have shirts. What are you talking about?
Well,
much less brown ones.
Bare naked brown shirts.
The brown shirts are only brown because they kind of soil themselves a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, they're saving on toilet paper. It's just not a big deal. A lot of subgenius doctors used to do that.
What?
It's a shower curtain related thing. You wouldn't understand. So let's change the subject. In fact, in about 3 minutes, I'm going to change the subject to some music. I'm sure the listeners will be happy about that. What we got? I had something coming. Oh, the Psycho Skeletons have a new tune. I left my list at home. It has a title like something like Psycho Drums or Schizophrenic Drums.
Why don't you just make up the names of the bands and the lyrics yourself? Just make them up. You don't need to go all the way home right now. Get rid of.
That's what we do next day. I'm not going to do that all the time. We make up the bands then and there. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be, what was the new slogan? Bob Needs Women. Nasty Women. To be in the Subgenius documentary. Filmed by a bunch of nasty women. Although you wouldn't take a look at them. They look pretty not nasty. But looks important in the Church of the Subgenius. Just look at our grades. They're terrible.
Yeah, and we can all be like go into fetal positions really quickly and quite easily snap right back into normalness almost.
So, okay, Dr. Sinister has gone to go look for something to play on his show. That's his way. He didn't really think about it until he gets here. I'm the opposite. I started fretting about it 2 hours before it's time to go on here.
I thought you were a colonialist, and that your grandpappy, I think it was MOP Ford, and was the Emperor and Transpector.
No, you're thinking of Senator Cotton Ed Smith. That was another ancestor.
Right. spoon bappy, or ding bappy, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
Okay, friends, you're listening to The Hour of Slack. This is around the 1600th episode. We've been doing it for over 35 years now. And you probably know all you want to know, but just in case, you could look at subgenius.com and see about this X-Day event that happens on early July, and the Starwood event, which happens a couple of weeks later in the same place in Southern Ohio, and the Devotional, which is in August in Cleveland, and then we go back to our fossil hunting. And Dave, I'm going to have to fade you and Princess Wee out because it's time to put this music on.
Yeah, if it were only to be really considered music.
And so be it. Psychoskeletons, hookah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. How is this lag? I'm gonna try restarting the game. I might just have a memory issue.
the moment, I'm thinking about my reputation. You're going to marry me, Bob. Listen, I've told you how it's going to be, and you might as well get used to the idea. Because if I have to, I'll smear you, Bob. I'll ruin you for...
The Hour of Slack.
Well, I am no ordinary guy, but I'm a new man. I can taste the sky. I don't need to eat on a sunny day. I got chloroplast up in my veins. I shoot laser beams out of my eyeballs. I got Kevlar skin, well, I'm 10 feet tall. When I sneeze, I can change the weather. I barf petroleum, my tongue is leather. I can poke your leg in my back pocket. My cock's metallic with a booster rocket. Geeks lining up to test my gins. It's the fountain of youth and a hallucinogen. Now turn back time, I can live forever. When I sneeze, I can change the weather. Flux capacitor in my brain. Time distortion, I'm a man insane. Crunchy crack rocks on my Cheerios. Your head explodes when I blow my load. I cram Roman candles up my asshole. I speak fluent, Vulcan, have sex patrol. Gravity don't mean shit to me. It's fizzy lifting drink mixed with LSD. I got a zombie dick with a purple vein. When it's in your mouth, it'll bite your brain. I shoot laser beams out of my eyeballs. I got Kevlar skin, but I'm 10 feet tall. When I sneeze, I can change the weather. I barf petroleum, my tongue is a leather.
The Steaming Sack of Slack Part 7.
It doesn't. Yeah, let's start from the top.
Turkeys and hams.
You'll also need to be aware of moving things, electrical critters, and contaminant things, radioactive sources, and even loud objects, loud sounds.
For more information, visit subgenius.com.
What a good idea. And thank you, Reverend DU8, for another steaming sack of slack. And before that, we heard a song from somebody new to Hour of Slack. I got a letter and a link from a band called Hombres del Mar. Hombres del Mar. With a song called Uberman. And that was the clean version. The internet version will be very different from the one heard on our beloved broadcast stations. Yeah, Uberman. The lyrics of Uberman are borrowed from the Blag of the Subgenius, which I will admit to having written myself when I was 22, I think, and I'm 61 now, and that's like the fourth, no, more like the sixth or seventh musical version of that old rant of mine. But I have
it resonates all over the place.
It's a resonating food. But I have a little rant here, but not by me, written by Reverend Fid Chuley, and it was posted on the Scrub Genius forum. I'm going to read it. People had been asking, what's going to happen to the church in the future? Meaning the Church of the Subgenius. What's going to happen to the church in the future? And Fid Chuley says, humbug. The question at hand should be one that we all answer for ourselves. What am I going to do with the influence I have drawn from the Church of the Subgenius? This is a better question because it's one we can answer now as opposed to the previously quoted question, which is a wait-and-see type deal. Buddha said something to the effect that a man shot by a stranger with an arrow should first ask how to take the arrow out instead of doing what most people do, which is bleed to death with the arrow still in them while they frantically try to figure out who shot them and why. To that end, if every one of us put all our energy into figuring out the fate of the church down the road, then the church would in fact already be over at that moment. Similarly, if there were to be some kind of power struggle, a tug of war as to which schism was the rightful inheritors of Bob, then both sides would have missed the point, no? We who are here are all here right now. Are you going to wait until the flood starts before you build your ark? Are you going to wait till X day, the real CLX Day before you build your saucer. If you're hearing these words here on Hour of Slack, then you've probably been exposed to the Church of the Subgenius long enough to have the manual for building your own saucer. But there's still a lot of others out there who'll mistake the manual itself for the building materials. A saucer cannot be built using the building instruction manual itself as the only building materials. Toilet paper, however, can. And once you've memorized the manual, toilet paper is all the manual's good for. And after getting it, toilet paper is really the only thing it's good for other than helping others to get out of the bathroom. Getting it is not the goal, but the first step. Toilet paper does get you out of the bathroom, but if you don't leave the bathroom to engage in something more than pooping, then what difference does it really make in the end? Pun intended, as you know, you're still a poopy butt in either way. Look, I know I'm pretty much preaching to the choir by saying this on the show, but the point had to be made. It's been said that beep them if they can't take a joke is the greatest or only truth told by the church. But I'll take build your own saucer over beep them if they can't take a joke any day. Because building your own saucer isn't just saying beep them, it's actually doing it. And I'd rather be counted among those who are doing the beeping than those who are talking about it, right? Bottom line, the topic of what happens to the church after its founders are no longer with us is a red herring. When it comes to the Church of the Subgenius right now and always, we should be infinitely more concerned with inspiration rather than expiration. Otherwise, we are truly doing a great disservice to said founders and ourselves, and most importantly, Bob. May Bob awaken your latent emergentilianism, and if it is awakened, may you draw slack in sustaining it. Yours truly, Reverend Fid Chuley, who last week we quoted with his shorter rant, less terrorism, more care-orism. And yes. I do have some, a great old recording of Einstein's Secret Orchestra. I think it's a rehearsal recorded in the late Chestnut's basement with you and me and Dave, and it was before a show. The rehearsal was probably better than the show. But I'm going to play that in a minute. I do have yet another rant I'd like to whip out here. It's not, again, this one's not by me. I wonder if I should put different music on for this. Sure, why not? They're all from the same basic source. Well, this is when, believe it or not, I got this off the CNN website. titled, "We Texans Are Brave Enough to Resist the Pentagon" by James C. Moore. And it's a letter. Dear America, I write to you from behind the lines in the last free state of Texas as we prepare to resist the invasion of Jade Helm 15. While General Travis laid in a supply of extra beeves in advance of the Mexican assault at the Alamo, we are fearful of running low on Slim Jims and moon pies.
Alright, I'ma call it quits. Thanks for showing up. If you did, God